Andrew McKinley, please, Channel 7.
G'day, Pat. Just a follow-up to Clint's. We're getting reports back here now of up to 4,000 police surrounding the hotel, escorts for the buses as you came in from Islamabad airport. Is that comforting or concerning? And is it comforting from a point of view that you can just concentrate solely on cricket?
No, it's comforting. Really lucky to be surrounded by so many professionals. That was one of the big, factors that we wanted to be really thorough on. Before arriving here, was not only security but biosecurity, and everyone's done a fantastic job. So we feel like we're here. We can just concentrate on the cricket. There's lots of things going on around which might be a little bit different to what we're used to, but we know it's being taken care of. So we can just really enjoy our first tour here in 24 years, and there's no distractions other than the cricket.
Thank you.
Mir Shabar Ali of Dawn, please.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Pat, and welcome to Pakistan.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask, what has finally changed the perception of the country after years of uncertainty in the players' minds about Pakistan? And has Pakistan's on-field performances contributed to it being taken more seriously in the recent times?
I think we've always known that Pakistan's an incredible cricket nation. We feel lucky that we get to come back here after basically a whole generation didn't get that opportunity to come over and play Test match or any cricket over here. I think over the last few years it's slowly been slowly had more and more cricket. Even George Bailey here, who's our selector, came and played a couple of days a few years ago. Obviously the PSL's been hugely successful over the last few years. So I think a combination of having more and more cricket here has meant that not only can we get back here to play a game, but we've got 3 Test matches, ODIs, a T20, to come back and have a full tour, which is just tremendous. We know how fantastic Pakistan have always been. We're fortunate that they've come out to play us in Australia, so it's great we can return the favour and play here.
Moe Shah, please, of the news.
Yeah, Cummins, welcome to Pakistan. Over more than 2 decades, our fans in Pakistan, they have been deprived of watching cricket, watching Australia live on their on grounds for, say, weak or fake reasons. I will say rather. So what message do you have for fans in Pakistan, cricket fans in Pakistan, for the Test series especially?
I think that's one of the things that makes me so excited to be over here is just the fans. Whenever we come over to play in the subcontinent, the fans are just so different to Australia. They're loud, they're really passionate, and I'm sure Pakistan's going to be no different. So it's great. We're going to have crowds. I just urge everyone that can come along, come and watch. It's the first Test matches between the 2 countries over here in 20 odd years. So it's a special moment. We feel privileged as players. So hopefully the fans can enjoy it and make some noise.
Adris Malik, please. Adris, are you there?
Hi, welcome to Pakistan, and hope so. This should be a very good tour for you people. Last time against Australia, Abbas and Yasir, both were the real threat for Australia, but both are absent now in the Pakistan team. So is it a really advantage for the Australia with the 7 key players who already played against Pakistan, but Pakistan has only 2, Azhar Ali and the Babar Azam?
Yeah, sorry, who were those 2 players at the start you mentioned weren't playing? Sorry, I missed
Abbas
those names.
and Yasser. Abbas was the fast bowler and Yasser was the spinner.
Yeah, I think they might be in the reserve squad, so I wouldn't be surprised if they come in at some stage. But I think one thing with the Pakistan team is you've always got a lot of young guys that come through and shine straight away. So you've seen a lot of fast bowlers in recent years have stood up in especially white ball cricket. So it's a new challenge and some batsmen that we haven't played against. So we've done a bit of research and we'll look deeper as we go close to the games. But I think that's one of the exciting things is, most international players, most international conditions. This series comes with a few more unknowns than perhaps normally. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm a big believer in making sure our own game's in order. So, just look back to as much, probably as far back as just this Ashes series and just think, what a great form and way we played. So, we'll probably be looking at that style of play more so than any of the opposition we might come up against.
Thanks.
Christy, thank you very much, Idris. Christy Doran, please, Fox Sports.
Thanks very much. Hi, Pat. Tell me just some of those unknowns that you're talking about and keeping, looking after yourselves, first of all. First overseas tour in a long while. Tell me, how does all of that kind of, when it comes to selection, how does that change it? Does it change it at all? And do you think underneath yourself as captain that continuity is something that you'd like, or is it more of a courses approach? And just how does it change with Justin Langer leaving the selection around the team? Anything at all?
I think it's striking that balance. You want to pick your best 11 side, for each game in unknown conditions. I mean, the real changes over here in subcontinent are normally the conversation around 2 spinners or 3 quicks. But no, we'll get out to the ground in the next few days and have a look. There are some unknowns, but there's also been some Test cricket played here, and we feel really confident in our squad. We've got all bases covered. But I think you don't need to look into it too deeply unless the conditions really, really are telling you something else. How Jail will change. I'm not sure, to be honest. Andrew McDonald will come in as interim coach and have a seat at that table. So. I doubt you'll be seeing any huge changes.
Dan Braddock, please.
G'day, Pat. Welcome to Pakistan. I've got a couple for you. First one, can you just talk about how handy it's going to be to have Fawad Ahmed around? Obviously, someone who's has been playing in the PSL, knows Pakistan very well, but also has a lot of good relationships with your guys. And then secondly, just how much of a challenge it is to be only having basically 4 clear days between your arrival and playing a Test match, on the other end of a long haul flight. I can't seem to remember you doing that before.
Yeah, it's going to be great to have Fuzzy back around the squad. I haven't actually seen him for a few years, so it's going to be good to catch up. He's got a wealth of experience here, playing in Pakistan. PSL, he knows the venues quite well, so that's going to be really helpful. And just having just having another pair of hands around training is always great fun for the group. So good to see him again. In terms of the preparation, we knew this is what the lead-in was going to be. So we thought we could achieve a lot of it back home. So we had a really good week in Melbourne. Had some really good specific sessions. I think it actually rained here in Islamabad the last 3 or 4 days. So, luckily we probably got more work in back home than if we ended up coming here early. But, we had spinning wickets in Melbourne. We had reverse swing, bowling sessions. We feel really well suited. One quick flight and we're here and we're feeling fresh. So, it's perhaps not as long as some other tours, but we think 4 good days of training will be right.
Thank you.
Brendan from Thames, please.
Good afternoon, Pat. First one, I've got two questions. The first one, quick. Have you ever been to Pakistan before?
No.
And the second one is, you're talking about remaining relentless during the Ashes. How does that change at all between an Ashes series, which a lot of focus is on, compared to an overseas tour, and especially playing Pakistan?
I think it's probably more the style of cricket when we talk about that. We had 3 test matches, I think, that went for 3 days this Ashes series. I'd be surprised if some of these test matches were that short. Over here, the conditions can be quite flat. At times, you can have periods of the game where, it's not moving very fast. And then other times it can speed up, especially late in the game. So I think it's just, whatever our discipline is, whether it's batting or bowling, it's just making sure we're in control of the tempo, sticking at it. Test match cricket's 5 days, so make sure we're up for the grind.
Clint Stanaway, please, Channel 9.
Hey, Pat, just one more from me. Rod Marsh's family's just issued a statement to say he's in the fight of his life. What's been your reaction to, obviously, that news? And no doubt he's in your thoughts and the teammates' thoughts.
Yeah, I haven't seen that statement, so that's that's difficult to hear. We just obviously really feel for the Marsh family, Roz, and the kids, and just of a legend of our game, someone who's done so much for our sport, and a mate, someone that's looked after us well. Just obviously wish him all the best, and it's just a really tough situation.
Jack Painter, please.
Hey, Pat. I was going to ask about forward as well, but so I guess on that, is there any biosecurity arrangements that you know of him coming into the squad from the PSL, and will he be with the team by the time the first test starts?
I'm sure there will be biosecurity protocols. I don't know exactly what they are, but absolutely. He'll need to either kind of link straight in from that bubble in, or have a few days or something, but not quite sure.
Tim Miller, please.
G'day, Pat. Thanks. We saw over the summer, and you talked about Steve Smith having a lot of influences as vice captain on you. Given it's your first overseas tour in charge, do you think he'll have even more of an input from that perspective this series?
Oh, we'll see how it goes, but I'll certainly be leaning on him. He's played a lot over here and also captained, a lot here in the subcontinent. So, absolutely, I'll be leaning on him. Especially out in the field placements, for spin bowlers, and he's got a different view of the game from first slip as to what I might have. So for sure, I'll be leaning on him.
Thanks, Pat.
Zach Gates, please.
Yeah, g'day, Pat. All the best for the series, mate. Obviously, you're playing in different conditions, and you're still early in your captaincy career. How do you think you're going to go from a patient's point of view? Out there for 5 days, on presumably pitches that are a little bit more docile. It might not be so easy, for instance, for Scotty Boland to steam in and grab a bag of wickets. So, how important will it be for you as captain to be patient?
Yeah, that's Test cricket. You got to expect that it's going to go for 5 days. I feel like this summer, wasn't as taxing physically as previous summers, just because we didn't play. Not every test went to 5 days, but the majority of my career, that's what I feel like I've played. So I feel well equipped. It's only 90 overs in a day, so just. I'll say take it one day at a time, but it's certainly something to be conscious of, and we want to make sure we're the team that can outlast the opposition.
Last question now, Dan Breddick again, please.
Thanks, Brian. Pat, just one about there's obviously been an enormous amount said about team environment over the past sort of 5-6 months. How much, I suppose, is actually being in Pakistan, being away from home, playing a test series in unfamiliar conditions. I mean, how much is that, I suppose, the litmus test that you've got the right environment where players are going to perform in unfamiliar conditions and are going to make those little, 5-10% improvements that they're going to need to make to win?
Yeah, I really hope so. It's a weird one because these tours where you're stuck in a hotel room, they can kind of go one or two ways. But I think with this group, we've got everyone's so keen. Even just the first hour or two that we're here, where people are already setting up coffee machines and PlayStations and cards and all little things that they've packed to make an enjoyable time. It's got a really good feeling about it. So, this is a really good test. Don't get any more foreign conditions to Australia than coming to the subcontinent. So, I hope so. It's got a great feeling. So, see how it goes.
Just got a couple of extra ones thrown in. First of all, Bharat, if you're there, please.
Cheers, Bran. Hey, Pat. Just about the flight itself. Was there any fun stories? Anything at all? Like it was a long flight for you guys, and a bunch of cricketers on one flight can lead to some fun stuff. Generally.
Normally on the way home, Bharat. This one was pretty tame. Couple of hours. Try to stay up till about 1 or 2 o'clock, and then we all crashed and woke up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when we arrived.
Thanks.
Zahid, please.
First of all, Mr. Captain, welcome to Pakistan, as my many colleagues say you. As a cricketer, what will be the message to the fans of the Australian team and the cricket-loving nation? And secondly, what was the reason behind why your white ball players did not want to play to Pakistan other than the IPL?
Yeah, I think to all the fans, just I probably don't have to say anything because I've seen how excited they all are. Back home in Australia, as soon as the Ashes finished, they were talking about this series. It's on a really good time for Australia as well. It's kind of afternoon into evening, so there's going to be a lot of support and a lot of interest from back in Australia, which is great. In terms of the white ball, it's a really packed schedule. We're playing 15 days of Test cricket in the space of 20 odd days, going straight into 3 one-days. So I think if that was played in Australia or anywhere else in the world, I don't think you'd see the fast bowlers probably play them anyway. It's too big a workload in what we know is a 12-month a year assignment as an international cricketer. So it's just the nature of the schedule.
Turab Naqvi, please.
First of all, welcome to Pakistan, and hope this tour is going to be memorable for you people. I'm a Pakistani sports journalist, and my question is, did you people just to play cricket here or to explore the culture of Pakistan? And the other question is, what's a warm message from you people to Pakistani fans cricket after the tragic situation of New Zealand's cricket, tragic moment? What the message you people give to Pakistani cricket fans?
Yeah, I think to the first question, we are quite restricted in what we can do here, but no, absolutely, I'll want to try and learn more about Pakistan if they've never been here. I've got some players here who have really strong connections to Pakistan, Usman, Fawad. So absolutely, I'll be leaning on them and trying to learn off them. In terms of the second question about the fans of New Zealand, it's unfortunate. Can totally understand why New Zealand made that call. So, it's unfortunate. Hopefully, there's no reasons why ours should be that affected. Everything seems to be taken care of and going great. So, hopefully we can just concentrate on the cricket.
Last question now. Zach Gates once again, please.
Yeah, hi, Pat. Just one more from me. Thanks, mate. Have you got an update on Josh Hazelwood's injury? And also, what do you make of the battle for that seamer spot between Hazelwood and Scott Boland after his awesome Ashes?
Yeah, no, Josh is not injured. He's all good. Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Yeah, Scotty Boland came straight in, bowled fantastically. We know how good Joshy is, Starkey. Yeah, you think of those, us four quick bowlers that you can only probably pick three. So, yeah, I'll leave that to the selectors. There's going to be some tough calls. Yeah, it's kind of one of the blessings of, having 15, 16 guys who have all performed recently and done fantastically well. There's going to be some unlucky decisions made, but yeah, that's professional sport.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thanks for your patience this morning or this afternoon back home in Australia. I'm sorry for the slight delay in getting underway. Much appreciated, and look forward to speaking to you again tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Thank
Recording
you, Brian.
stopped.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Brian.